Tyreek Hill is living proof that NFL players are just simply a different tier than any other American football players in the entire world. Now you might be asking yourself, Metro, what are you talking about? Of course we know that the NFL is way better than any European league or any Canadian league. Well, we had some new released footage of Tyreek Hill having some fun with some of the best French European players in Europe, and in the route he absolutely destroys him. And to be honest with you, it's kind of embarrassing for the European league that it happened to. With that being said, let's go ahead and actually get to the footage. It's kind of funny. I'm gonna break it down for you guys so we know exactly why this guy got exposed. So obviously this right here is Tyreek Hill, and this right here is the European cornerback. Reportedly he is one of the better French European corners. So let's watch this. I'm gonna break it down first. Let's get a quick little watch through of this and then we'll break it down. Looks like he has outside leverage here. Tyreek Hill takes the outside, burns him. I mean, just out of his pants. I mean, these are simple routes. Okay, there's a lot to diagnose here. Let's start off with this one. For starters, anytime you're a cornerback, you have different techniques. If you're going to do a trail technique, you got to get your hands on them. If you want to play press man coverage, which is typically what you're going to see in one-on-one reps like this, you got to get closer to him, you got to get your hands on him. Based on how he's playing this, it appears that he's trying to do some sort of trail technique. He just does it horribly. Right off the stance here, he actually has a little bit of outside leverage on Tyreek Hill. It's hard to determine it, but you can see by the way that he comes off, he's going to square up on him right here. In this situation, if you're playing that trail technique, you got to get your hands on him right here on his hip. And you can see that Tyreek is actually, based off the way this is going, if you watch his hand here, it looks like he's expecting this corner to get his hand on him. You can see his hand kind of pops out here like this, as if he's trying to swat his hand away, because he expects this corner to put his hands on him. Then the corner clicks his heels. Now, never want to do that. Still hasn't put his hands on him. We're about, a full second into the route here. Tyreek is going to bend this route outside here. You can see, again, feet not square. Does get his hand on his back, which is fine. In this situation, trail technique on this route is pretty difficult, so you typically would see somebody potentially grab here to make sure he doesn't break outside too quickly. In this situation, the corner has completely failed on everything he should be doing on this rep. And then, bam, he breaks his legs here basically by falling over. It's not a good look. It's not a good look. And then Tyreek Hill obviously wide open. So now go to the second route here. All right, this one he's actually playing farther off the line of scrimmage. I believe this is the same guy. So in this situation, he's learned from his past mistake. I'm not going to try to do trail technique. I'm not going to try to stick on his hip because he just burnt me. This time I'm going to play off of him, and I'm just going to, blanket coverage him basically. Feet are dead. Takes that side step here. I'm assuming that Tyreek is bending this route outside here a little bit to try to get inside leverage on his shoulder here. He gets, he gets squared up with him, and now he's going to try to basically do the same thing he did on the last route. Take that, what would be his left hand out of the equation here. He doesn't, again, the corner, again, does not get hands on him, so Tyreek Hill has nothing to stop him from doing what he wants to do to this guy. By the way, look at this beautiful blue sky. Beautiful. So he doesn't do nothing there. Easily gets into his right shoulder here. Now, if you're the corner here, stick to this left pocket. Get your hands on this left pocket. I'm talking both hands on his hip, so that when he does make a move, you can feel it. You can say, okay, his hip's rotating here. Now I can cut this way because I know where he's going. Already right here, we have about half a yard of separation. And this is the best European corner. This is one of their best. This is right here about 2 yards of separation off of just the first move. Off of just his first move. And then he bends this route upfield. Look at the corner. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, let's get this out of the way. Tyreek Hill is one of the best players in the NFL. He probably should have won MVP last year had there not been this whole stigmatism about quarterbacks being the most valuable player. He might be the best player in the NFL. And I fully expected him to beat this corner pretty easily. Because, let's be honest, 99% of corners in the NFL can't cover Tyreek Hill. Why would this European guy be able to? But I'll be honest with you, I think there's high school corners who could have performed better than what this guy just did. And he's a European professional. So that tells you a couple things. And we already kind of knew a lot of it. Number one, Europe, other countries don't really care about the NFL like Americans do. You can tell that the NFL knows this and that they're trying to get better about it because they've started to, you know, have games in Mexico City, have games in London. I think they're planning on doing some games in Africa. So they're trying to grow their international brand, which makes a ton of sense. I mean, you have, for example, the NBA or soccer. Those sports are massive globally. Everybody knows who Stephen Curry and Michael Jordan and LeBron James is. Everyone knows who Messi and Ronaldo is. Ain't nobody really know who Tyreek Hill is. I mean, maybe Tom Brady is somebody that a lot of people know, but if you asked a random dude from London, hey, who's the starting quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys? They don't know it. Or you say, hey, just name one NFL player. They might say, like, Tom Brady? But even then, a lot of them probably don't know anybody in this. Now, again, European football, American football is 10 times different than what we as Americans do. The only other country that has any sort of decent comparison to the NFL would be the Canadian Football League. I mean, a lot of NFL players who don't make it end up going to play Canadian football. We're starting to see now two leagues such as the UFL and the XFL. I think they have combined those now. And you're seeing a lot of guys who didn't make the NFL or maybe just never had a really good chance now starting to go into those leagues. But let's keep it real. I don't know how much these European players get paid. Probably not a ton of money. But if I was a backup player in the NFL and maybe getting cut from team to team, just really wasn't making much in the NFL, I would consider going to Europe and just dominating over there. Because think about like because look at like, for example, Jimmer Fredette. I know this is NBA. You guys probably don't know who he is. He had an incredible college basketball career. He was one of the best college basketball players of all time, arguably. Made it to the NBA and just really was bad. Now he plays, I believe, in like China or something like that and is one of the best players overseas. If you take a guy like a Josh Gordon, for example, you know, or a Michael Gallup or a Trent Richardson, and you put them in this European league, they're probably the best player by a country mile. So now the question is like, how can the NFL continue to improve their international play? How could they open this sport up to, you know, London and all those other countries out there? To be honest with you, I don't really know personally, but I think that they're doing a pretty fine job of doing what they're doing. Having the international games, I believe they now have an international draft combine. You know, going out there and finding guys who play rugby to continue to play in the NFL is pretty cool. I think the Eagles have a tackle who played rugby and now plays in the NFL. That's really cool. It's a really cool way to get an international look and eyes onto the NFL sport that we as Americans love. I mean, hell, I can even tell you guys from my own personal channel's perspective that about 95% of my viewers are American. The other 5% is various other countries, like a couple people from the Philippines, a couple people from Mexico, some Canadians watch my YouTube. I would say outside of America, Canada is probably the only other country that has any sort of care about football in general, American football at least. And you know, it's kind of sad. I wish that there was other people outside of America who would actually sit down and watch the sport. I don't know if it's too complicated or if it's just not their cup of tea. You know, that's everyone's own opinion. I think, to myself, American football is a sport that is a little bit more complicated when you actually do a deeper dive into it. On the looks of it, you know, it's simple. You have a touchdown, field goal, and some players. But when you start to get to like the nitty gritty things of it, it can get a little bit complicated, which I think in some sense does hold back other countries and other people from watching the sport. And in this situation, it is a little embarrassing in my opinion to see the top European player get, in my opinion, cooked very easily by one of the best players in the NFL. Again, there are some high school players in this situation who could have locked him up better. I don't want to say I could. I didn't play cornerback in high school. I was a linebacker. Wasn't very good. I don't think that I could cover Tyreek Hill, but I think I could maybe do just as good as he did, honestly. Real quickly before I go, I just saw this video. It's called the European League of Football Championship 2023 movie. Let's do a quick little reaction to this because I kind of saw some fans there and it looks like it's kind of popular. So maybe I'm holding back what the sport can be. They have a concert outside. You got some fans here. Okay, this looks sick. Oh, ooh, look at this. Oh, they got the smoke. That is freaking sick. By the way, look at the crowd in this. This is a pretty popular thing. Now, this is the championship game, to be fair. Okay, nice little over-the-shoulder grab. Again, look at the crowd here. Alright, this is kind of cool, I ain't gonna lie. This is pretty dope. Maybe they're not that bad. Maybe this was just somebody who, you know, had a rough day. It looks sick. It looks super fun. Who is that? That's the former... Wait. I don't know his name. Is this not the former 49ers head coach? This is called Top 10 Plays Championship Game and Playoff Season 2023. Okay, just to run up the middle. Not impressive. Okay, we got a fade ball here. All right. Let's watch the corner here. A white corner by two white corners. Just runs with them. Nothing too impressive there. Busted coverage. All right, what's the best play? All right, Glenn Tunga for the versus the Stuttgart Surge. All right, I believe this is the championship here. Okay, we have a screenplay here. Okay. Okay. Should have hurdled the dude. All right, for starters, if this is your best play, it's kind of sad, but I will say the hurdle is nice. I mean, it's just a screenplay. Dude puts him on his ass, by the way. Two lead blockers here. Watch these two, 76 and 60, I think 66. They don't block a single soul here. Okay, he does. Actually, it was low-key a nice block. And he's talking his smoke, too. Alright, so all in all, European Football League looks kind of fun. There does appear to be a bit of a fan base for it. Hopefully they can start coming over to the NFL because we make those plays every day, buddy. But if you guys enjoyed the video, hit the like and subscribe button, and I love you guys. Peace.